Howdy folks, Mike Wood here with WildUtahEdibles.com. We've got an elderberry right here behind me. I'm going to go show you how to identify the elderberry, and we're going to harvest a few of those. So let's check it out and have a little fun with the elderberry harvest. The elderberry is the best thing for fighting the flu. And this is a bunch of berries right there. See if we can get that to focus on them. It doesn't seem to want to. Must have had it focused elsewhere. There you are. So those are the elderberries. Nice big bunch of them there. It's going to be a dark blue berry, but it's going to have a white yeast covering on the outside. And we want to get these when they are ripe. We don't want to harvest anything that is green at all. So let me show you a little bit here. I think I've got one that, a bunch that aren't completely ripe. So if we look at this, we can see there is a green one right there, that tiny little thing in the middle. So we have a few of them that are green. And so we don't want to harvest those. Now they're often a lot bigger than this. These are kind of small. But I think I'm going to leave that group, or the majority of it, that have the green on there, and let those ripen, and we'll take the ones that are ripe. And then we'll go on in and harvest a few more so we can make some elderberry syrup for this season. And of course the weather changes at a moment's notice up here in the mountains, so a minute ago it was raining. Now you can carefully pull these off and drop them in there, or we can just take the whole clump and pull them apart later. So I'm just taking the entire clumps off, which oftentimes is easier with a sharp knife. And after I harvest these, we'll come in close again and I'll show you some other distinct features of the elderberry. So elderberry is a compound leaf. So if you look at that, you're always going to have one pointing right out at the tip here, this leaf, and then they'll be in pairs opposite each other, so directly across from each other along the way. So this one we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 leaves on that. This is a blue elderberry. But that doesn't mean you're always going to have 9 leaves, because if we look over here on the same plant, this one's got one broken off, but would have 2, 4, 6, 7 leaves. And I have seen as many as 13 on the same elderberry plant. So that's the leaf structure. Now, something that's really interesting to look at with the elderberry, let's see if we can get this sit in here for us. All the branches will have a pithy center. It doesn't matter how big those branches get, they're going to have a pith in the middle of it there that's nice and soft. And so you'll always have that soft pith. So if you're wondering if you've got an elderberry, then that's one thing you can look at. There's the berry close up. So you can see what the berry looks like. It doesn't really have a crown on the bottom. And so the pith in the center, you look at the bark, and it has a distinct pattern on the bark as well. So almost lined, not straight lines or anything, but you'll see that on elderberries. So it's another indication. They'll grow in bunches like this, like you're seeing right here. And then they'll have those berries on them. The berry bunch looks somewhat like an umbrella. It is not a true umbel, I've been informed recently. If you look at it, they don't all come off of one bract. But that's your elderberry. Best thing for fighting the flu. So get out and harvest some elderberry in August, September, or October, generally in the mountains, and they'll ripen first at lower elevations. Haven't had a chance to check it out yet, come on over to Amazon and do a search for Wild Utah Edibles by Mike Wood. And you can pick up the book paperback, and if you get it paperback, you get a free Kindle edition, or get it on Kindle for a lower price if you prefer just Kindle books. But it is full color pictures and lots of details in here for you on 14 different plants that are common in our area here in the western United States.